The stage is a place of passion, energy, and artistry. But for some performers, it also became the site of their final moments. These 10 talented individuals dedicated their lives to entertaining the world, only to take their last breath doing what they loved most, performing live. Today, we honor their legacies and remember their tragic final acts. Kostatich. Kostatich was a rising star in South Africa, known for his high-energy performances and unique blend of hip-hop and amapiano. Born Konstantinos Tsobanagla, he made waves in the music industry with hits like Big Flexa and Kalakata. On March 11, 2023, Costa was performing at the Ultra South Africa Music Festival in Johannesburg when tragedy struck. In the middle of his set, he suddenly collapsed on stage. The crowd, thinking it was part of the act, cheered as he briefly stood up again, only to collapse a second time and never rise again. It was later suspected that he suffered a seizure, possibly triggered by epilepsy. His shocking death at just 28 years old left fans and fellow artists heartbroken. Papa Wemba. A true legend of African music, Papa Wemba revolutionized Congolese rumba and brought it to the global stage. Born Jules Shungu Wembadio Pinkakumba, he was not only a singer but also a fashion icon, inspiring the Sapeur movement. On April 24, 2016, while performing at the Femia Music Festival in Ivory Coast, Papa Wemba suddenly collapsed on stage. The moment was broadcast live on television, showing his band continuing to play, unaware of the seriousness of the situation. Within minutes, the 66-year-old icon was pronounced dead, reportedly due to cardiac arrest. His passing marked the end of an era for African music. Colonel Bruce Hampton. An influential figure in the jam band scene, Colonel Bruce Hampton was an American guitarist and singer known for his work with the Hampton Grease Band and the Aquarium Rescue Unit. His experimental style and eccentric stage presence made him a beloved figure in rock music. On May 1, 2017, Hampton was celebrating his 70th birthday with a massive tribute concert in Atlanta, surrounded by fellow musicians. As the band played, he suddenly collapsed on stage while kneeling before a guitarist. The audience thought it was part of the performance, until he remained motionless. The music world lost a true innovator that night, but his influence continues to inspire artists today. Juan Jumalan. On November 5, 2023, Filipino broadcaster Juan Jumalan, known as DJ Johnny Walker, was tragically killed live on air during his program at 94.7 Gold FM in Calamba, Misamis Occidental. An unidentified assailant entered the studio and shot Jumalan twice in the head, resulting in his immediate death. The shocking attack was heard in real time by his audience, as gunshots and chaos interrupted his voice, only to be followed by eerie silence. This brazen attack shocked the nation and highlighted the dangers faced by journalists in the Philippines. Jumalan's killing sparked outrage and calls for justice. Authorities apprehended a suspect, but the motive remains unclear. Jumalan's loss was deeply felt by his community and the media fraternity, leaving a void in Filipino broadcasting. Sib Hashian. Sib Hashian was a legendary drummer of the rock band Boston, best known for their timeless hits like More Than a Feeling and Peace of Mind. His powerful drumming helped shape the sound of one of rock's most iconic bands in the 1970s. On March 22, 2017, Hashian was performing on a cruise ship as part of the Legends of Rock tour when he suddenly collapsed mid-performance. Despite immediate CPR efforts, he was pronounced dead shortly after. His death at age 67 was attributed to a heart attack, marking a tragic end to a life dedicated to rock and roll. KK, Krishna Kumar Kanath, better known as KK, was one of India's most celebrated playback singers. His soulful voice graced Bollywood hits like Tadap Tadap and Yaran, earning him a devoted fan base. On May 31st, 2022, after finishing a high-energy concert in Kolkata, KK began feeling unwell. Despite the discomfort, he powered through his performance. But shortly after leaving the stage, he collapsed in his hotel room, rushed to the hospital. He was pronounced dead upon arrival. He had suffered a fatal cardiac arrest at just 53 years old, leaving the Indian music industry in mourning. Silver King. Silver King, born Cesar Cuauhtemoc Gonzalez Barron, was a legendary Mexican wrestler and actor, best known for playing the villain Ramses in Nacho Libre. On May 11, 2019, while wrestling in London, he suddenly collapsed mid-match due to a heart attack. Initially, the audience thought it was part of the scripted performance, but when he failed to move, panic set in. Despite medical intervention, he was declared dead on the scene. The loss of Silver King was deeply felt in the lucha libre community. Juan Carlos Formel. A Cuban musician and Grammy-nominated artist, Juan Carlos Formel was renowned for his work in Afro-Cuban jazz and sun music. He was the son of the legendary Juan Formel, the founder of Los Van Van. On May 26, 2023, Formel was performing with Los Van Van in New York when he suddenly collapsed on stage. Despite efforts to revive him, he passed away from a heart attack at age 59. His death was a devastating loss for Cuban music, as he had been a bridge between traditional and contemporary sounds. Goodbye to Gravity. Romanian heavy metal band Goodbye to Gravity was performing at the Collective nightclub in Bucharest on October 30th, 2015, when tragedy struck. The band's pyrotechnic effects ignited the club's foam ceiling, sparking a massive fire. Within seconds, flames spread and panic ensued. Over 60 people lost their lives, including band members Mihai Alexandru and Vlad Telia. The incident was one of the deadliest nightclub fires in history and led to massive protests demanding better safety regulations in Romania. Barbara Weldons. Barbara Weldons was a rising star in the French chanson music scene, known for her poetic lyrics and emotional performances. Her talent and passion won her several awards, and she was considered one of the promising voices of modern French music. On July 19, 2017, while performing at a festival in the village of Gourdon, tragedy struck. Weldon suddenly collapsed on stage and was later declared dead. Investigations revealed that she had suffered an electric shock, possibly due to faulty equipment. Her shocking and untimely death at just 35 years old was a tragic loss to the French music industry. Each of these artists left a mark on the world through their music, performances, and passion. Their final moments were spent doing what they loved most, sharing their art with an audience. Though they are gone, their legacies live on in the hearts of fans across the world. Rest in peace to these incredible souls. Your music and artistry will never be forgotten.